Mr. Kochatil, a very good afternoon to you, sir. I want to ask you, how do you read these developments? What could be the potential political spin-offs?
Well, I think the main thing we missed the wood for the trees is the fact that this money was used in the Goa elections. That has been said very clearly by more than one approver in this case. Now, if you look at the approvers, Dinesh Arora or Magunta Srinivasan Reddy's son, Raghav Magunta, these are the people who carried the cash. Magunta family is in liquor trade and they had a selfish interest in it. And they had carried the cash. Everybody knows it was carried in private aircraft from Hyderabad in chartered flights, which are regularly taken by leaders of a political party from Hyderabad, who are also accused in this case. It was but natural to implicate Aam Aadmi Party because the final beneficiary is Aam Aadmi Party, but that doesn't absolve Manish Sisodia or Sanjay Singh or even Satyendra Jain, because it is like a thief stealing from something from somewhere else and then handing it over to his boss. All are accused in this. The boss is the crook, boss may be the party in this case, and also the thieves who stole it. So everybody either has a role in this. So the approvers are the most important thing. We are forgetting about them. They are the ones who arrange the cash, and they are willing to speak, and they are willing to give evidence as to how they took the money in private aircraft from the Hyderabad GMR International Airport, that's the Rajiv Gandhi Airport, to Delhi, again, which is a GMR controlled airport, where the money was unloaded again. The question would be very simple: what was CISF doing? Why were the suitcases allowed to be loaded directly at the Begumpet airport without being run through the CISF? Because there's hardly any staff of CISF in the Begumpet airport, which is almost deserted now. So the question arises is, what happened to that money? Where did it go? Did it go to Dubai? Did it go to the elections in Goa? Was it used in the elections in Punjab? All these questions come up now. The problem is the boss of Aam Aadmi Party is Arvind Kejriwal. Now he can't crib and complain saying that the BJP is arresting me also, because the court has said, what have you done with the final crook? The top of the pyramid is Arvind Kejriwal. And the buck stops with him now, because he has to explain where that money went. When somebody is saying, I paid 100 crores to Manish Sisodia, which has been said before in sworn affidavit, and Manish Sisodia's two assistants have also given the testimony in court in camera saying, yes, the money has been received and it was given and it was taken to Goa for the election. Now, obviously, the question would be, what will the election commission do now? That is the most important thing, because see, the money trail is lost already. The money trail is not there. So money trail has to be rediscovered. And somewhere along the way, the money has been invested. So if an election for an assembly constituency will cost nothing less than 25 crores. So obviously, it would have been used in about 6 or 7 constituencies in Goa, where of course Aam Aadmi Party didn't do well at all. The question is, the money has been dispersed, it's been given to workers, it's been given to people to buy biryanis, buy liquor, everything. So the money has been invested, that money is gone. But the crime has been committed. It is like stealing something from somebody and then pawning it, say gold or something, and going and pawning it in Muthoot or somewhere else, which is happening with regularity right now. And that is where the entire thing, you have to connect the dots. That is what the court is asking now.
Mr. Kochatil, one question I would like to ask you, because Aam Aadmi Party has been constantly saying that where is the money? Not 1 rupee has been recovered. So, Dinesh Arora may say something or XOYZ may say something, but where is the money? Not 1 rupee has been recovered. So, what do you have to say on that?
That's exactly the question. When the crime has been committed and the money has been dispersed, there's no more money there. But there's a trail. The money has been carried by somebody. The person who's carried would tell the court how that money was carried. Where was it given? See, nobody gives the money just like that. He would obviously, as Sherlock Holmes would tell you, leave a trail somewhere. He would make a slip up somewhere. And obviously, there would be some way of telling, yes, this money was received, so-and-so was there, so-and-so was given. See, you don't need the physical cash to be present. You need to kind of work out the way it was dispersed. That is the main thing. And if you remember the number of private flights that were taken out of Delhi airport to the Goa, I think 3 of them were taken, were used in the private flights were used for the Goa elections. Why are people not traveling in commercial flights? Why are all the chief ministers in India, without exception, traveling in private aircraft? One can understand a prime minister or a vice president or a president or somebody traveling, because as per protocol, as per their security, they have to travel. Chief ministers also we can exclude if you want to, but lower line party people are now taking private flights. Obviously, there is something more than that. So connecting the dots is very easy. Money trail is money, physical cash is not required. For example, if this has been invested in Dubai in buying a villa there, which I can tell you
No,
that
no.
has
Buying a
happened
villa
actually.
can be identified. That that this
It is,
this
it
villa
is,
was
it
there's
is,
a
it
physical
is.
evidence to prove that yes, this villa was brought through a proceed of crime. But if there's no money
Yes,
left,
correct.
and there's you have one person who's claiming that, two person who's saying that yes, 100 crores have been given to Manish Sisodia, but you'll have to also prove that this money was delivered as well. I'm just trying to
That's a question
understand,
again I'm
like
saying. It's a question. See, it's a question of, say, when you have a crime, when you have a murder, the murder weapon is the most important thing. If you don't recover the murder weapon, then it
Exactly.
becomes. But today, what's happening? It's gone beyond that. You have DNA testing, you have blood samples, you have semen samples, you have various other issues of tracing where the crime took place. You don't need the actual knife or the sword or whatever was used or the gun. So the question is scientific investigation. That is where the enforcement directorates come into play, because they are not experts in scientific investigation. That is the job of the CIA or even the NIA for that matter, which is why you'll find in case of the Manipur thing, the NIA could crack down very hard because they had the basic evidence from CBI and they just connected it with the scientific evidence and had these guys in custody in no time. This is what needs to be done. I think Aam Aadmi Party is in trouble because this suggestion came from the Supreme Court. Now they can't accuse the union government and say, you filed a case against the party. Yes, the court said it, we accepted it, that's it. Whether the money can be traced or not is a different question, but it can be traced if the approvers show how they transfer the cash. And that is the most important thing. And there are two approvers in this case, more than two actually, but the main person is the Magunta family, which has actually arranged the entire cash.